Ladies and gentlemen, you know me, Lord Nuxalore, as I am known by the masses these days. I demand figuring out all the obscure lore of every video game of all time. Today, one of my personal favorite childhood nostalgia video games, Plants vs. Zombies. This game is absolutely insane. I have played it back when I was a kid, the original one. I didn't know there was like an actual lore. I thought it was like the stupidest idea of all time. You know, you put plants, you kill zombies, and it was just awesome, okay? It's solo leveling, but you're killing zombies. Listen, it doesn't have to make sense. It's just awesome. Apparently, there's like this whole lore to it, all right? So, I reached out to Choopo. He's cool with me reacting to the video, and that's very awesome. So, we're just gonna jump right into it, baby. 100% blind reaction on Plants vs. Zombies lore. You know me, I am brutally honest. I will tell you all my thoughts on all the lore of all the games that we discover. Join me, 10,000 likes for the next deep dive lore reaction shit. Let's go.
The Plants vs. Zombies series has remained iconic and beloved for years. Throughout
It's true! It's true! It is iconic and beloved.
Time, though, there has been pieces of a puzzle that, when all connected, create a story that is unbelievable as it is absurd. So
no way! No way there's like this whole puzzle lore to Plants vs. Zombies. Plants vs. Zombies wasn't supposed to make sense and have lore. What?
So join me as I go over everything I could find in this world. Hi everybody, I'm here at the farmer's market. If there's anything I love more than buying things here, it's not doing that. I love me some free samples.
Damn, bro. Why'd you gotta call me out like that? My entire heritage was just called out.
Gotta be careful with some of this stuff. I don't want to get any allergic reaction to tree nuts or anything. So I've actually talked about Plants vs. Zombies before, when I rambled about how I could eat all the plants. But the story also has a good amount of stuff going on. Plants vs. Zombies takes place most prominently in the—
Dude, that music, it just brings me back.
This location called Neighborville on a version of Earth. Neighborville, for sure, is on the west coast of North America, and—
For sure. For sure, obviously, listen, there's no one like Crazy Dave in the East Coast, all right?
At minimum, does have some stuff in Vancouver. The biggest challenge in this story is how unhinged everything is. Characters will act purely on instinct, and needless to say, there's points where I need to take a step back and wonder if my younger self would be proud or disappointed we get to this point. Today—
Okay, dude.
Points where I need to take a step back and wonder if my younger self would be proud.
Dude, I was looking at I remember the dancing zombies. Holy shit. I can't believe there's an actual lore to this game. This is just, it's absurd. There's no way.
Or disappointed we get to this point. Today's story begins like all stories do. The dawn of time. The in-universe—
What the fuck? There's no way the lore goes that far back.
Universe government provides a brief rundown of the history of zombies in this universe. It takes exactly 30 minutes for the first zombie to just like pop into existence. Okay then. Just like everything, it just shows—
Big Bang happens, and then 30 minutes later, the zombies showed up. What?
Up out of nowhere. Now, the zombies aren't like ordinary zombies in this case. They're more like an equivalent to humans that can be born and come from the undead. They aren't—
Wait! The zombies in Plants vs. Zombies are a different species? They're not humans that become zombified. They're literally a different species. And you're just committing some sort of weird self-defense genocide?
Like a virus hellbent on spreading, more like World War Z or something. They're very stupid humans who want to eat brains to get smarter. That's pretty low.
There's no way. They're like actually, they're just humans. They're just slightly less intelligent humans. They're just less intelligent humans that want to eat brains to get smart. And our job is just to literally commit genocide.
Low on the zombie scale. This version of history is basically the same as ours, but not really. We actually do know some important moments in history that revolved around zombies. When Greek engineers invented the catapult in 431 BC, the zombies stole it to launch themselves closer to brains. Of
course they did. Of course they did.
160 BC, Dedus Zombius took over the Roman Empire by eating all of those who opposed him.
What the fuck? This is like Minions. This is like the Minions lore. So throughout all of history, the zombies were just another completely intelligent less intelligent than regular humans, but just another like race of people that just existed that happened to want to eat brains. And they've, like, impacted history. And a lot of the important historical figures throughout history just happen to be zombies. Which are just, like humans. Except slightly dumber and eat brains. What the fuck?
In 1492 AD,
no, don't say it. Oh, no.
Pope survived zombies by hiding in a cupboard for a week. In 843 AD, a zombie accidentally became the king of Germany when he wore the crown when he was bored. One time—
What is going on?
In 1687, the zombies realized sounds like R, and that's when they became pirates.
The pirates came from zombies.
Only to change their minds after a year because they all got seasick. In the most recent centuries, zombies mellowed out a bit, finally chilling out, especially in 1921, when they all decided to work in a whoopee cushion factory. I should note the perfect thing to counter zombies in this story.
Just put shit on their heads and get defenses. This is like the actual lore. There's like an actual lore to Plants vs. Zombies. That throughout history, zombies kept showing up and
were the Vikings because of their metal helmets. What? Then one day in 1968, this company called Bloom Industrial
coincidentally skipped what they were doing from 1939 to 1945. Listen, I'm just saying, that was a very nice coincidence. I'm just saying, if Hitler wanted to wipe out other races, you'd think, okay, let's not get into that.
Seed Co. was founded by Barbara Johns, who doesn't really matter. This is hardly acknowledged, but this is a company where all the plants get mass-produced based on hints we've been given. But who's responsible for that? This is Christopher David Blazing III.
There is no way this guy is that important. What? I thought he was just your neighbor. Dude, Plants vs. Zombies lore? Fucking awesome.
Better known as Crazy Dave.
Sit down, FNAF fans. We're watching real lore.
He's a
that's how he talks.
Funny little freak who's allegedly 36 years old. Just for future reference, I'm gonna assume the time points are the respective release dates of each game. But why is Crazy Dave crazy, you might be asking? Well, we don't know. If I were to guess, it's either because of experiments and his big ol' brain making him so unhinged, or he got some wacky wild tapeworms from eating food off the ground. That just established to be a bad habit of his. One day,
as Crazy Dave once said, that's my favorite quote.
Somewhere between
Crazy Dave, 1997.
Between 30 minutes after the dawn of time and May 4th.
Oh my fucking God. Somewhere between 30 minutes after the dawn of time and May 4th, 2009.
2009, Crazy Dave invented the first ever of these plants, a little Peashooter.
Wait a second, so Crazy Dave invented the plants? But why? It's 2009. You have fucking machine guns. You don't need sentient plants.
He did this for a science fair, winning it, and as a result made it a new
he made a lifelong enemy with zombies because he beat him in a science fair. It's not at all that zombies want to destroy humanity. Zombies have coexisted with humanity for thousands of years. The Plants vs. Zombies war was purely started by this little rivalry. Oh my God.
Nemesis. Now this is Dr. Zomboss.
He's the main bad guy.
Commander of the modern zombies. He's also the creator of zombies throughout the franchise after losing to Davy's little science expedition. His entire life path transitions to wanting a worldwide apocalypse because of this specific instance.
Oh my fucking God. So the zombies have just kind of been chill. They've just been another race throughout time that's sometimes been important and relevant, but they've just existed the whole time alongside humans until this one motherfucker became Hitler. Dr. Zomboss is literally Hitler. He got upset at this one dude and decided we're gonna wipe them out. Oh my God.
After 2 years of studying death and stuff, he quickly acquired...
Dude, that's my favorite response when someone's like, I saw AI art in one of your videos that you put there by accident. I expect you to make an apology. I'm like, what, are you an artist? And they're like, well, actually, yes. I'm like, well, Hitler was an artist. Bam, destroyed, annihilated. That's how you win every debate. By not actually making coherent points. Just saying things that can be clicked out of context and get you annihilated on Twitter.
A doctorate in Thantology. That's the study of dying and stuff, and being freaking peeved from that one science fair probably decades ago at this point, Zomboss figures out how to bring back the dead, thus allowing him to create an uprising. And if you're wondering how—
Wait a second. So there are two types of zombies. There's zombies, just like the race of people that happen to be zombies, and then there's the zombies that Dr. Zomboss revives from the dead that are actual zombies.
How or why Zomboss is the only zombie who made the rest of the zombies and why there's not any other ones. We'll get into that, don't you worry.
Oh my God, there's actual lore! I can't believe it!
May 5th, 2009, Zomboss says, alright, shit's about to get bananas. I want this guy gone and everyone dead, except for the dead guys. The dead guys are my guys, they can stay. It's a zombie apocalypse.
Wait, so this zombie apocalypse is a modern day shit issue because one guy pissed off one other guy. That's literally what happened here. That's crazy. The zombies have existed this entire time. In every single zombie apocalypse story, there's some sort of event that takes place, you know, like The Last of Us or like The Walking Dead. All right? It's just a normal human world where something happens in real life that causes the zombies to start spreading and causes a zombie apocalypse. Either through sciencey bullshit or wizardry bullshit or whatever, but the zombies showed up. Plants vs. Zombies turns that entire concept on its head by saying, no, the zombies always existed. Now they have a fucking platform. This is just the world post-Twitter. The zombies always existed. But now they have a place they could tweet in front of millions of people.
All our lawns are getting invaded and whatnot until Dave pops in and goes, don't worry, Chief. That guy kind of sucks at existing. His forehead looks like a cheap stress ball.
Damn.
Here, take my seed. No, not that other kind.
No!
Now, of course, Crazy Dave is established to be a little bit cray-cray. He makes you spend a lot of money on survival equipment despite the apocalypse. His plans are outlandish a lot of the time.
I mean, that's just being American. Say that again.
Right. He makes you spend a lot of money on survival equipment despite the apocalypse.
Based Dave. Based Dave. I'm just saying, Dave is based. Dave is just insanely based. Based Dave. Based Dave. That's right. Capitalism, baby. Capitalism, baby. Spend it, shit. Spend that shit.
His plans are outlandish a lot of the time, but trust me, amigo, he's a chaotic good friend.
Yeah, dude, that's what you want. That is what you want. Based capitalism. That's why Hassan doesn't play Plants vs. Zombies.
This is the face of a friend. Take his little seeds, bing bong.
No, don't say that! I don't want to take my friend's seed. That sounds wrong.
Now we got an army. Following this, for the next several days, we're at the mercy of Dave's missions and what he offers to us.
Right.
What he sells, what plants we get, and rather than go to any part of the world to be zombies, Zomboss is hellbent on ending exclusively Dave's neighbor. And
dude, this is fucking Hitler once again. He's like, you know what? I know that we can win the war if we just attacked England right now, but there are more Jews in Russia, so we're gonna attack Russia and lose the war. This is literally, I can't believe this.
Wastes his entire army attempting to do so. At the end, Zomboss is about to attack himself. Dave's gonna tell us the weakness. Oh, never mind, he's being held hostage now.
No, not the bungee zombies!
Antics ensue, and Zomboss loses to cabbages. They have a temporary treaty and a
Wait, so who are you in this story?
dance party ending. I don't know if that's copyrighted. I'm not.
Wait, is that dance party ending canon? I thought that was just like a meme for the ending credits. But is it actually canon that after you beat Zomboss, and Zomboss, the evil leader, the charismatic dictator that's commanding the zombies, you're the neighbor? Dude, once you take down the charismatic dictator that's commanding the zombies just become like, you know, regular dudes again, chilling with you. You take down Hitler. And it's not like every German is evil. Oh my fucking God. I can't believe this. This entire story is like an insane analogy to World War II. That's actually insane. What the frick? How have I never seen this?
Not gonna risk it. We have saved the world, but what if I told you during this entire invasion, there was another major event going on? See, not a lot of people know this, but there's actually a collection of graphic novels,
There are graphic novels for Plants vs. Zombies? There's no fucking way.
with their own Plants vs. Zombies stories. Based on some hints, the first arc, Lawnmageddon, most likely takes place in the initial...
They're still cannibals? Yeah, well, cannibalism is not so bad. Like, ultimately speaking.
Neighborville outbreak, so it's also on May 5th, 2009.
Oh my God, it's the same day!
Neighborville's at the mercy of the invasion. Everyone's sad and scared, especially two kids. There's one named Nate, he likes food and not dying, and then
All right, average kid.
there's Patrice Blazing, the niece.
Nate and Patrice Blazing. Oh my God, that is a name. That is one of the names of all time. She's just out there high as shit.
Of Crazy Dave, thus increasing the size of the Crazy Dave family tree. In case you're wondering, yes, Dave's the cool uncle. I mean, look at him. Now, funnily enough, this is the only time when Crazy Dave actually...
Dude, this is just... this is just the third season of Gravity Falls that no one ever expected.
Speaks proper English words that everybody understands, but this is gonna get retconned. Based on the format of the story, namely how he disappears for several extended periods, I'm gonna assume that Dave is going back and forth between his niece and neighbor in both of these events to help both groups out with his weaponized flora.
Oh my God, there's actually a canon reason why Crazy Dave doesn't show up for half the game. Because he's spending the other half that time helping his niece and nephew fight off a zombie apocalypse with weaponized plants. What the frick?
Portion of the story ends with Zomboss being defeated before the first game. Then Dave runs back to the house and gets kidnapped, but long story short, now these kids and Zomboss are super duper enemies forever, and this will never change. Now, at minimum, the next arc, Time Apocalypse, has...
I cannot believe there's, like, a whole fucking storyline to this shit. Like... I cannot believe it.
To play out before PvZ 2. Not only does Zomboss create a time machine, but so does Crazy Dave.
Sure he does. Sure!
Most of this tale exists to perfectly counteract Zomboss's plans with Crazy Dave's plan. Plants, Egypt, dinosaurs, prehistoric plants, pirates, specifically this one named Captain Chestbeard, who's kind of important. He can time travel too also.
Sure, I guess.
So, the three most important things of note here is that Crazy Dave is a fantastic disco doer.
Because of course he is.
Schmovin', the good guy gang makes a sun modifier, thus Zomboss loses and gets punched in the pancreas, and weirdly
my pancreas!
enough, in this series, if a character time travels to an era where they are alive, they will age to whatever age they are in that time. For example,
that makes sense.
Nate and Patrice both become adults when they teleport to the 2020s. By the way,
don't even think about it, Vosh.
The zombies win in the 2020s, Zomboss takes over in the year 2020. The fact that there's even a chance Zomboss used that one thing 2020 is known for,
oh my god, no!
That's in character. I guess he would use plagues. Following this, it's probably August 15th, 2013. PvZ 2 time. Wait, never mind. May 20th, 2013.
What?
Facebook PvZ game.
Oh my fucking god. There's no way there's like an actual lore to the Facebook Plants vs. Zombies.
Traditional tower events, nobody cares. Okay, now it's August 15th, 2013, and...
Wait, so the entire franchise of like 7 games all take place within the span of a single week. And multiple different apocalypses.
PvZ 2 time for realsies. There's been several years worth of a time skip, but luckily we know that during all of that time, all Zomboss has been doing is trying to get the players and Dave's brain during...
Dude, this guy literally just became Dr. Doofenshmirtz. That's insane.
All of it. He's doing all this in the middle of the day. Zomboss, all it takes is one act of foul play to burn down their homes. You know, for a guy...
It's actually insane.
Guy with a brain larger than Lake Ontario, you sure are a dummy little dumbass.
Bro got a forehead bigger than Chibi Doki out here.
On this day's invasion, one of the zombies drops some hot sauce. Crazy Dave then uses it on his taco. And I'm not joking, this taco is so good that he takes his magical flying time-traveling recreational vehicle exclusively meant to time travel to go back a few minutes for that taco. I don't know how that would work.
What?
I feel like he would just be...
Huh? What?
Like stealing the taco from yourself. And fellas, this taco doomed all of history. By time traveling like this, Crazy Dave has not only fibbed up the space-time continuum...
He got a taco that was tasty. So he went back in time to have that taco, but that stole the taco from the past Crazy Dave. So he never had that taco. And that fucks up the space-time continuum, and that becomes the plot for the... what? How does it keep one-upping itself? This is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6 on meth.
But Zomboss is using his didgeridoo-davy detector and also time travels with the zombies and sprinkles them throughout history. Because time travel is time travel and two separate parties are time traveling, that means Zomboss most likely went to 30 minutes after the dawn of time and left some zombs there. Therefore, everything up to this point and everything after is over a taco. I can't believe this is real.
The zombies in history, they killed the Roman emperor. It was because this guy had a taco, went back in time to, at the same time as Dr. Zomboss went back in time. And so he went back in time, because obviously zombies make no sense. How do zombies exist? Well, obviously the zombies went back in time to the dawn of time to put zombies there so that throughout time they exist. That's the only feasible explanation. So because of a taco, zombies exist. I love how this plot was like, yeah, it makes no sense that zombies could exist. The only way zombies could exist is if someone goes back in time and puts zombies at the dawn of time. What the fuck?
I guess what I'm trying to say is taco, time travel, zombies get made, time travel, sprinkle back, paradox. Oh yeah, I'm guessing this also means Zomboss created his ancestors if he made the initial army, and then they actually became his ancestors when doing the time travel stuff, meaning that he's technically creating himself, I guess?
Dude. This is the this is the grandfather's paradox, except he is his own dad. He is his own dad!
Unlike every other zombie, he actually grows up, and the undead don't typically do that. Before the 21st century, he probably would have been considered a demon child, but luckily for him, modern times are more accepting. In fact,
don't tell me this is actually part of the plot. That, like, we're gonna get into accepting people for who they are, and what the fuck?
In fact, he's still basically just a human, but with bad dental, a weird skin condition, and an obsession with eating brains. So what's that about? Long story...
So basically, he's like Chibi Doki.
Story short, if I were to guess, one of his parents were freaky, and the other parent was freaky.
Okay.
Ew! Time for a time travel battle.
Okay.
Back to the modern day, the traditional PvZ antics play out until Zomboss drops a taco.
Dude, look at these old Peashooters. No!
This time it has a waffle on it. This satisfies Crazy Dave's need to get another taco, and the universe has been saved once again as both threats to the space-time continuum have been neutralized thanks to some epic Mexican cuisine with maple syrup on top.
I can't believe this is real. Like, you have people in a room that come up with this shit.
China. Depending on where you
What?
ask, Plants vs. Zombies is different, especially in China. They got their own versions
What?
of the games, extra content, extra levels, extra plants, some even being crossovers. Apparently it's buggy though. The last time I talked about this series, but a lot of people got mad at me over that. I wouldn't know. I'm not from China.
Damn. I love YouTube comment sections. They're always so rational and make so much sense.
So, sorry. This version even
I
got...
especially appreciated the guy in my comment section on my Vosh video that said, if she's old enough to bleed, then she's old enough to breed. Thank you. Thank you for putting that in my brain forever.
Got some crossovers like this one with Subway Surfers. Get out of here! I don't like you. You're not my friend. You're gross. You're weird. You're ugly.
Get
you're
outta
smelly,
here!
and you wear a hat. All right, you're not welcome here.
Yeah!
Go away.
Kick that Subway Surfer ADHD ass out of here.
Evil Dave. This is Dave's
Of course, there's an Evil Dave plotline.
evil brother who is here exclusively to make fun of Crazy Dave. I know a little Chinese, but I'm not gonna attempt translating his iconic catchphrases. This is like if a third Mario brother existed, but only for Irish copies of Mario games. Now,
The frick what analogy is that?
I would argue both sides are morally gray at this point. Zomboss is not only petty, but also jealous and ruining all of history over a science fair. Crazy Dave is the smartest idiot around, and everybody knows that's usually not a good thing. They are both...
I disagree. As a smart idiot myself, I think it's awesome to be smart and also simultaneously an idiot.
entities of instinct, and I think the rest of the comics and games help to illustrate their respective insanities. Take, for example, the College Revenge arc.
For example, yes, of course, the College Revenge arc. I was about to mention that.
Zomboss went to zombie college, and he was a dick. He was tying spiders to people's shoes. He
I
was
love how people's shoes, and he shows zombies because they're just like an ethnicity in this universe somehow.
feeding folks to moon sharks, and he was ableist. Not a good dude.
Wow! Wow, he committed an apocalypse and he made fun of someone that has a limp. Wow, this guy, goddamn. Someone take this man down a peg. I was okay with the cannibalistic apocalypse shit, but this is too far.
The climax of this includes him stealing a thesis from another educated zombie. He's awful. Important to note, college grad zombies can talk. For example, when his bullies return to bully, they can speak proper English. In their revenge, they intend to revoke his Scientology doctorate and take over Neighborville instead of him.
Wait, so they wanted to do a zombie apocalypse to flex on him that they took over the country instead of him? Like, so the zombie apocalypse is just petty-ass zombie college students trying to flex on each other because one of them bought a Stanley Cup and the other one didn't?
And that is bad, and they all knock it off. Meanwhile, the police have taped off Crazy Dave as he attempts to finish ice cream before it melts. He fails.
That is the worst B-plot I've ever heard in my life. That might be the worst B-plot of all time. Literally of all time.
So he makes flame-resistant ice cream.
I take it back. This is the greatest plot of all time. I take it all back. I was so wrong.
That is what he's doing. In Grown's sweet home, the plants are sleepy from Crazy Dave's antics, so they move out and try living alone. So the humans teach the plants how to be functioning adults, and Zomboss, remembering his college days, remembers how to plagiarize by planting cameras in their home, and starts teaching zombies how to...
That's not plagiarism. That's creepy.
Human as well. I guess Nate and Patrice don't have parents. They live with plants for the next several weeks. Dude.
Yeah, My favorite character is Frank from Suicide Squad.
Eventually, both parties are able to successfully blend in, but the...
Look at them all blended in. Yeah, look at it. Dude, they just put on some funky Team Rocket-ass uniforms, and everyone's like, yeah, all right.
Plants learn a little bit better, so when they meet up with Zomboss, they run away, but Zomboss goes, no, we're better. So they have a human off and take a break at 5 o'clock. Meanwhile,
a human off. Zombies and plants trying to make believe they're humans, and...
Crazy Dave is making spaghetti.
He fails.
He fails.
How did I know? How did I know? Just water and spaghetti and nothing else. No! So he invents nuclear spaghetti.
Working overtime, the children sneak in the zombie base for the next day. There's a parade battle, but since Dave loves parades, they win. And I'm not kidding, this conflict ends when the kids out a few zombies for eating Zomboss's Pop-Tarts, so he has everybody else jump him. And this is when Dr. Zomboss really kicks it into high gear with the absolute peak of his wrath. From February 25th, 2014 to at least February 23rd, 2016, there will be the legendary saga of Garden Warfare.
Bro, what the fuck is this game? What is this game?
The time of walking to the plants slowly has ended, my friends.
Oh,
this
no.
is war, and only the strongest will survive.
War. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Zomboss recruits some of his top soldiers to lead his armada to victory, while Crazy Dave modifies some of his plants to be even larger and more powerful. In the first game, it's pure Armageddon.
Dude, what the fuck? Did they made Fortnite Plants vs. Zombies? Garden Warfare 1 and 2 are goated. I'd never even played this game. I don't even know what this is.
Crazy Dave commands his team to regain lost land of Neighborville, while Zomboss builds larger mechs and forts. This is a genuine war with attempted assassinations and tactical nukes.
Tactical nukes and assassinations. This is because he lost a science fair project, got pissed off in college, and stole a taco.
Later on, when the plants start losing and Neighborville is looking more like Zomtown, as Zomboss manages to build numerous Cephaly bases, the Leaf branch of the military, that's cute, asks one plant to come out of retirement. And so, the Corn Man has to get his shit together and...
What the fuck is going on? This is like better villain motives than Pokemon, don't get me wrong. Maxie and Archie can take this down, but what?
And join the fight. But I don't know why he has pores. This is...
Okay, can you explain to me why they have actual live-action shit in here?
It's upsetting. The comic that goes over this event provides more story. Nate and Patrice come from the future to truly end the fight. This is...
Okay, plot hole. But didn't they say that if you come from a different time to a different time in Plants vs. Zombies, you become the same age as the person that was in that time?
Making the taco situation more confusing. On the contrary, though, Zomboss is using time portals to bring in more zombies through all of history. All the other citizens are invited to an ice cream cruise ship, so that explains why Dave's the only human in, like, the Garden Warfare franchise.
Where are all the humans? Oh, they're on Niji-Sanji's yacht eating ice cream. Oh, okay.
Right now. There are two other plants, Rose and Citron, who have their origins revealed. Rose simply came from the past. Dude,
there is no way this actually has the fucking Disney budget.
Not much to add there, but in the future, a little citrus volunteered for Crazy Dave's Super Soldier project, but...
Dude, I literally can't fathom this. Every single one gets crazy. This is JoJo. I'm watching the entire JoJo's Bizarre Adventure right now.
Crazy Dave accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction.
Oh, God.
Cologne. Thus, Citron was born.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What is going on?
And he looks like that. Please stop looking at me like that. Lots of fighting, lots of antics, lots of duels. It's super cool and intense. After hours of intense fighting, the plants are victorious. And what is Dave up to? Well, he's using frogs to close the zombie time portals.
He fails.
Okay. Also,
what
no.
What the frick, man? I can't even start with.
There's gnomes now. They hate both sides, and they even came from an alternate dimension.
Okay, this is going too far. I was totally okay with the time traveling taco zombie bullshit. Gnomes, interdimensional gnomes, way too far. You know what? Too much. Too much.
You know what that means. PvZ's part of a
Don't say multiverse. Don't say multiverse.
Multiverse. Are you?
No! We did not need a Plants vs. Zombies multiverse! Romeo and Juliet. It's just Dr. Zomboss is just Keemstar in a giant mech.
Even surprised anymore. Like, genuinely. Every time. It's a multiverse. October 18th, 2016. PvZ Heroes. Somehow Crazy Dave and Zomboss both agreed on temporarily being giant scary floating arms, and Zomboss uses a machine called the Herotron 5000 to turn a bunch of regular zombies into heroes. This misfires and creates the green shadow. I don't feel comfortable around Peashooters. Never have.
If Markiplier would smash Weeping Bell, he would fucking go crazy playing Plants vs. Zombies. Like, I'm just saying.
Never will. Yeah, this is not helping.
Markiplier would get the craziest head.
With that, the plants get a whole army of heroes, and you get the idea from here. It's just plants go to place, breaking the legs and vital organs of each and every zom they come across.
Makes sense.
This is actually pretty easy to understand. September 4th, 2019. Battle for Neighborville. War be happening again. In between wars, Crazy Dave has been recognized as a worldwide savior. Despite all the trials and tribulations he's endured, he's saved the world a countless amount of times.
True.
He's such an
by biogenetic plants.
icon. He's a costume in Little Big Planet 3. So, I mean, basically the next George Washington. So now he has a mansion.
What? No, that's not the plot progression.
That's why he has a mansion. Now, story-wise, this is very much like the other games. It's more so a collection of larger battles with top soldiers on both sides working to take down the other.
So it's basically the Avengers. I'm just saying, Plants vs. Zombies is better than the Avengers. I said it.
On previous hints, we can also confirm that the plants most likely won the previous warfares, trapping most of the zombies until that doesn't happen, and now...
What was that? Well, that was so creepy.
Violence, but again, the gnomes are back, the evil plans revolving around the moon are back. Honestly, it's very formulaic. Zomboss keeps goofing his gunk up. All it would take is some weed killer to stop the plants. All it would take to beat the zombies is some violence. Dr. Zomboss is a net negative for society.
Just a little bit of violence. Have you considered committing a bit of a genocide?
I'm shocked he's still alive. The remainder of the comics helps show more of the characters and some of the problems they have. From this point on, the cycle starts to advance and kind of just become repetitive. Each issue...
Yeah, now it's boring. Until here, fuck yeah. Now, it's boring. I hate what they did to Plants vs. Zombies.
Going from major arcs to one-off stories. The remaining portion of the comic can go virtually anywhere post Garden Warfare 2, and it still makes sense. The next issue is Pedal to the Metal. Cars, neat challenges, Zomboss.
Dude, this guy actually read. He played all the zombie games and took down lore notes. And then he read all of the comics. Nothing but respect.
To a race war, but since all the plants were busy racing the zombies...
It's a race war, because they're racing and they're also different Oh my god, dude, this is the worst race war of all time. Oh my lord.
The other ones take over. Humans win when Zomboss slips on a banana peel. Then the kids throw a pizza party. They do this a lot. Also, all Crazy Dave was doing was being the designated driver.
Tie walnuts to the bumper of their car. That's horrible!
And playing a game called Don't Blink. This is humanity's savior. Next is Boom Boom Mushroom. The zombies want to make a cavern base and sink Neighborville by digging all of Earth under it so everything collapses.
Okay.
Oh, but don't worry, this is not going to be an issue because Crazy Dave, off screen, won a pet pig named Twister from a singing competition in Guatemala and went on legendary quests through the land finding the Boom Boom Mushroom. It's a nuke.
That's a penis. But also, what? I feel like I am so drunk. I feel like I got so drunk over this.
And they all want it. So using Twister's pig smell, they find the bomb and make a trap that ends with Zomboss being trampled by bulls. In Battle Extravaganza, there's a guy who turned red from eating too much of his beet bread, and now he's red.
Dude, what the frick? Dude, I am like losing my mind.
Rhymes.
I need some of that psychedelic shroom.
I'm gonna get a water real quick. Now he's red and he wants to sell his factory. Both parties want it. This is where I remind you Crazy Dave has proven to be one of the most important people in the world with connections to real-world governments, and Zomboss has...
Dude, this man is the SCP Foundation. Crazy Dave is just the SCP Foundation. No one was ready. This entire franchise is like watching Lobotomy Kaisen on repeat. I have no idea what's going on. This is like watching 8 episodes of Adventure Time simultaneously to try to pick out the lore. Like, oh my god. Dude, what is even going on? If Adventure Time is meth, then this is shrooms mixed with beer after shooting yourself in the head.
proved to be a threat. Realistically, the government owes Dave this factory. We are officially at the point where this is basically a cartoon with burnout, and they just throw up ideas. Zomboss does some human trafficking for a zombie circus.
Based.
Enforces a famine. Worse.
I just said based because I got canceled on Twitter for... people like to say that I support human trafficking on Twitter now. They have a clip of me saying that as an advocate of gender equality, I think that men and women should be human trafficked equally, which was a joke, obviously. Not my glowing support of human trafficking. But Twitter likes to take that one and make believe that I support human trafficking, which is pretty awesome. So I just have to make sure that I keep up optics. This is just for optics.
First of all, he joins a book club that he's actually passionate about, and then freaking Davey shows up and ruins it, so now both sides are trying to get more people in their book club. That's the plot of this one. Truthfully, especially later on, these stories become more one-off-ish and don't amount to that much. It's
really, later on, they start not amounting to that much.
It's mostly treated like a weekly scheduled event at this point. There's nothing wrong with that, I just wasn't expecting it. Their relationships have all stagnated to a tragic level of repetition.
What relationships? There was no relationships here at all!
Where everyone just does enough.
It was an Ice King joke, for full reference, from Adventure Time.
To enjoy their lives and not think about what exactly they're doing with themselves. This is the game equivalent of Phineas and Ferb. Zomboss and Doofenshmirtz even have the same voice actor.
I literally made... No way! How did I make that reference earlier? Pre-watched.
I think this is especially the point where I reflected upon everything that came before. Like an insane genius and a petty dead man doomed all of history with their mere existence. In the PvZ world, these two have forced all of time to endure a hellscape of zombies roaming through history. And for what?
True. True! Oh my god, this is literally true. This is the entire history of this story. All the trials and tribulations, tragedies and deaths that have gone throughout the era was just a neighbor. Was just this guy's neighbor, Crazy Dave, who went back in time to re-eat a taco and fucked up the space-time continuum.
What? A taco? A science fair? The fact that out of billions of years, zombies have literally not only been a threat for all but 30 minutes across all that time, just because of this stuff is a little bit funny. The taco better have cured AIDS, and that science fair prize better have made, like, the 119th element, because even if that stuff was the case,
God, look at them shake their ass.
They would only, like, balance out the consequences they caused by, like, 2%?
No! This is when you realize. Dave is a hero that saved the world so many times, but he also caused all of the world's problems. We have to stop glorifying people that do things to make their fuck-ups less fucked up. This is what I've been saying for a long time. A lot, like, for example, Niji Sanji is a VTuber company that abused one of their talent, whatever, and the talent, like, left, all that shit. Like, people are saying to Niji Sanji, just apologize. Don't fucking apologize. I mean... Sure, you should. That would be appropriate and nice, but it's not like it's going to restore my faith in you. Making a fuck-up slightly less fucked up later does not unfuck it up. Okay? This is just lessons 101, okay? Crazy Dave is not a good person. He's insane. He's hot, but he's insane.
Anyways, war's done. I would argue this is one of those wars where nobody exactly won, but everyone definitely lost.
Yeah, like every war!
Especially the gnomes, they super lost. They're out of the story now. The zombies have basically retreated to their norm in Neighborville, and though all the land has been regained, we have to rebuild. And that pretty gracefully slides into the time point of January 17th, 2024.
Wait, what? Huh? A month ago? Wait, what?
Plants vs. Zombies 3, a proper and prepared and beautiful continuation into the classic gameplay with a new coat of paint that includes plants that don't make me want to say my safe word as much. So get this,
Let's go. Less rapey plants, that's a dub.
Zomboss remembering every single one of his endless amount of defeats, remembering all those years he's tried and failed that's amounted to nothing, all those horrible atrocities that have wasted everyone's time, after spending an extended period thinking about his life, his actions, his consequences, all of the failures that led to this very moment.
What does he do?
To do the unthinkable.
He does it all again.
It's time to invade Neighborville again.
Who could have seen that coming?
Oh, what? You thought there was gonna be more? No, it's just plants versus zombies. The plants are good, the zombies are bad. I see this more as both sides are running low on materials after a decade of Xbox Live profile pic material. I can see their mitochondrias. That's how high definition they are. But, yeah, that's my justification for the events going on here. There's not many accessible plants or zombies.
Dude, what? That's insane. After literally 15 years, they finally released Plants vs. Zombies 3. 15 years. And the plot is just, it's the same plot as the first one. Except this time, Dr. Zomboss is carrying all the trauma of his defeats. You are not fighting someone at their best. You are fighting the traumatized, withered shell of his former self. Oh my god, that's kind of glorious. This is JoJo's Part 7. This is literally JoJo's Part 7.
And stuff. So now, we're right back at the start. One Nimrod forcing another into an endless battle with no outcome or change, with the same stuff, in the same place, repeating over and over with their own little twists added each time. PvZ's story is the definition of insanity, which fits these two perfectly.
Also, it fits time. It's like, it's really hilarious that they actually try to tell a time travel story, but then they make it not make sense at all. And the last game is just basically rehashing the first one again. It's the same exact story as the first game, except this time, everyone's fucking traumatized. That is hilarious. That is so funny. And Plants vs. Zombies is the only franchise that could pull that off.
Does anyone live in Neighborville, by the way? A single gun could be the game changer. I'm shocked the zombies have lasted this long. Crazy Dave has military connections. He's simply choosing to prolong this. I see it.
Dude. You get a gun, you kill one zombie, and then you have to deal with the whole fucking political nightmare, okay? Think about it this way. These guys are just they're gonna go on Twitter and fucking bitch about how how this is all fucking awful. And everyone like hates zombies because they're racist or something. Dude. Crazy Dave makes bank off his little war with the zombies. He is an entrepreneur and an inspiration to us all. Literally. If he lets the plants do it, then this doesn't become a political nightmare. Think about it that way.
I see it on those eyes. They look like mine, actually. As Crazy Dave would always say, gargle flarb flarb, and really, that's how I would
so real, so based.
best describe this tale. Random, but consistent. Just like this
Okay, consistent
franchise, and just like these characters. Well, that's all, folks. I came up with a funny idea today, but here's the deal. If you guys fix this statistic and subscribe and gunk and or shit.
Yeah, I don't, yeah, well, I wish I had a statistic like that. I'm shadow banned. All my views are subscribed. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Definitely subscribe to me and to him.
And do all that stuff, I will sing the iconic song, Zombie on Your Lawn. This isn't a bit,
There is a zombie on your lawn. There is a zombie on your lawn. I know your type, cool, dark, and dead. You got the flowers all over my head. Nobody do. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.